sits on a hill overlooking what is now the city of Truro. I'm here at the Church of Kenwyn in Truro. Kenwyn means White Ridge. Here the church sits on a hill overlooking what is now the city of Truro in the valley below. Originally it was part of the parish of Kia, which also included Truro. Walter Bronscombe, Bishop of Exeter, visited the area in the autumn of 1259 and dedicated what was almost certainly a pre-existing structure. The building was enlarged in the 15th century, and the tower and part of the south aisle date from that time. Excuse me. By 1819, the church was in such poor repair it was declared unsafe and was closed. It was almost entirely rebuilt. Excuse me. Entirely rebuilt and reopened for Kenwyn Feast in October 1820. December 1860 saw a great storm. The southwest tower pinnacle was struck by lightning, and 5 large blocks fell through the church roof. The building was subsequently re-roofed, the chancel lengthened, and other structural alterations made. Things then remained much the same until the 1960s, when internal reordering took place. The chancel was further rearranged, and the seating was replaced with new pews. A gallery was created in 1987, from which the bells are rung, and the font was moved towards the east end during the 1990s to aid visibility during baptisms. Back in the early 19th century, there was a singer's gallery supported on pillars at the west end of the nave, and various instruments, such as a violin cello and pipe, were used to accompany services. By 1824, there was a barrel organ set with psalms and hymn tunes. With the reordering of the church in the 1860s, this gallery was removed and the musical focus moved to the south transept. Here a pipe organ resided, along with a small fireplace to provide warmth, and the choir included members from the important local families of the day. In 1934, a new organ chamber was built on the north side of the nave, and the machinery was electrified. The Lichgate schoolroom was also ancient in origin and was probably used as a priest's lodging at one time. Later it was used as a church day school with 20 or 30 children sitting on narrow forms using slates. Today it is used for church functions and is also available for external bookings. Between the schoolroom and the church is a holy well. It is situated underground, approached by a flight of steps, and no longer in use. The church is kept open during the day and is well worth a visit, with lovely views of an extensive churchyard. There is one notoriety, is a memorial to a slave from Guinea, a former slave from Guinea, Joseph Emedy. The churchyard at Kenwyn includes the grave of Joseph Emedy, a former slave from Guinea, West Africa, who became a famous musician, both in Truro and throughout Cornwall. In 1787, at the age of 12, he was sold to Portuguese traders, who took him to Brazil, where his owner arranged for him to be taught by Jesuit priests, before taking him to Lisbon in 1791. Showing an aptitude for music, his owner provided a violin and lessons, gaining Joseph a place amongst the second violins of the Lisbon Opera 3 or 4 years later. Here, renowned Cornish seafarer Captain Sir Edward Pellow heard him play when his frigate HMS Indefatigable was in port for air, having struck a rock during the war in France. Crew members were ordered to press Emedy against his will to join the ship so that he could play for their popular off-duty dancing jigs and hornpipes. Here he remained for 4 long years, until February 1799, when he was discharged a free man in Falmouth. He earned a living in Cornwall teaching piano, cello, clarinet, flute, guitar and mandolin, as well as composing, organising concerts and events. In 1802 he married at Falmouth Parish Church Jennifer Hutchins, daughter of a respected local tradesman, and they went on to have several children, the eldest of whom was also named Joseph. The family moved to Charles Street in Truro in 1815, and the West Briton of 26th April 1816 reports a mixed race 11-year-old boy named Joseph Emedy being indicted for stealing money from a shop in St. Clement Street, Truro, and having pleaded guilty, being sentenced to 6 months hard labour. Thomas, his second son, became a cabinet maker, musician and repairer of musical instruments, whilst daughter Cecilia was acclaimed whilst still a teenager for her singing. Joseph Sr. died at the age of 60 in April 1835, was buried in Kenwyn Churchyard. His fifth son Richard lies next to him, dying some 2 years later, aged 20, whilst his wife lived on until 1842. The only known portrait is a sketch of 1808 showing the musical club, possibly made in the concert room of Truro's Assembly Building and now in the Royal Cornwall Museum. To find the grave, walk along the lower path well into the churchyard, and you'll see the restored Portland stone headstone to your left, close to the path.
As you may have noticed, my introduction was a bit fast, but it wasn't me. It's the machine that had the option of recording in fast mode. I can't do anything about it now. I think can hear what it was all about, what I was saying. But anyhow, we're here at Kenwyn Parish Church in Truro, just outside, and here is the cross, and on the sides of it, if I can read it, George something Cornish. Of course, it's a bit broken. The shadow may obscure what you can see. 43 years missionary, Madagascar. Bishop 1919-1925. That's who I was speaking about in the introduction. Robert Cornish, middle name I can't read, who's the son of the bishop. Who was also a bishop in Manchester. This is all in Latin. Pastorio to me. Georgia Cornish. It must be a wife. Inti Domine Scure. The bishop's inscription here, priest, in pare, P-A-R-E. It looks, nope, not here. Anyway, on we go. As you can see, I'm not a scholar, but still, never mind. Here's a monument to within the vault is beneath the remains of her father lie thought of Agnes Jenny, who died, can't read the day, of March 1770, age 18 years. And it's got underneath, hello, the thief of an Margaret, something or other. As you can see, it's not a professional tour, but who have we here? Near this pillar are deposited the mortal remains of Richard Shull, who died 28th of April 1780, age 44 years. Eleanor, wife of the above, died 23rd December 1811, age 73 years. Martin, their son, died January 18th, 1803, age 33 years. William, their son, died 20th of March 1844, age 42 years. Mr. Thomas Lavin of St. Clement's died 19th of December 1843, age 52 years. Mary Lavin died 31 December 1847, age 78 years. This tablet is erected in affectionate memory of the above by Elizabeth Kendall, 1864. The Lavins and the Shawls must be related somehow. Here's one lying in beneath the church. Near this place lieth the body of Rebecca Tippet, who departed this life the 20th of October, 1786, aged, and it doesn't give no year. It looks like a young person, but not enough room for two letters, two numbers. Also the body of Stephen Tippet, who departed this life the 20th of March, 1788, aged 4.5 years. The daughter and son of William and Hannah Tippet of this parish. Yes, there are two children. There's the cross again, in a different angle. When Thomas Cromwell became minister of under Henry VIII, he ordered all the parishes to keep records of births, marriages, and deaths. So this is why we got churchyards. Lying between the leaves and the trees here is a stone to the memory of William Tippet, late of this parish, who died February the 15th, 1804, aged 47 years. And the rest is covered up. Here we have a stone. It must be on top of a family plot. Is it at evening time it shall be light. As you can see, that some of them are so worn that it's unreadable. But this is the grave of, if I can read it, George Reynolds. This memorial is dedicated to Nicholas Gill, who died December the 20th, 1875, age 66 years. And his wife, Philippa Gill. Louisa Philip Gill must be his daughter, aged 28 years, died 1972, or 1872, beg your pardon. There's other family members on the other side. I don't read too much, as you can see what's written there. As you can see, it's all overgrown. All parishes like this now, I suppose, is the excuse is to bring it back to wildlife, nature, natural life. But nobody can visit their graves otherwise. Here's an interesting one. In memory of Thomas Samuel and Elizabeth Harvey of this parish, who departed this life the 4 days of 4 days, it's got 4 day of August 1823, aged 2 weeks. Here sin could blight it or can't read or row, lad. Death came with friendly care. The opening had to heaven conveyed, and bale it blossomed there. I think that's the other line is the opening bud to heaven conveyed. Also to Mary, the sister of the above, who departed this life October 1825, aged 1 year. Afraid I can't get to the bottom person. In memory of William Gill, who departed this life the 16th day of May 1811, aged 95 years. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. Memory of William Gill, who departed this life the 22nd day of August 1811, aged 68 years. Even so saith the Spirit, for they rest from their labours. Must be brothers. Or maybe twins, I don't know. No, I'll backtrack on that one. This is while I go walking along here, this is a very big grave and interesting people buried here. Mayors, civic people. We'll meet them in a minute. Don't know if they'll talk to me, but let's have a look at this one here. Mary Bloyle, I can't recognize his surname, who departed this life November 28th, 1813, aged 4 years, 64 years. Sacred to the memory of James Henry, son of Paul and Maria Rowe. That surname's very. I think it's Rowe. They write their W's different those days. Of this parish, who was killed in Penalua Viva, can't spell it, mine, August 1859, age 18. Also Amelia, daughter of the above, who died 1813, aged 1 year. I don't know where that mine is. It must be in Africa or somewhere. Penliculu River. Penliculu, I don't. Don't know. I have to Google it. I'll try to. My spelling's right. As you can see, it's quite a nice area. This is with all the trees and birds tweeting, and see all around with the graves. It's quite a big area. This is. Anyway, what was this got to say here? In memory of E. Bell Barlow, who departed this life February 1799, aged 8 years. It's about a typhoid or something in those days, or fever. Come to this grave now and said what it says, in memory of Robert Bergen of Kia, who died October the 5th, 1813, aged 39 years. Also Susan, his beloved wife, who died December 1870, aged 78 years. My YouTube channel, as you may have discovered, is out and about. Well, I am out and about, and it's very interesting. Here's a interesting grave. In memory of James Battrell, who departed this life the 16th of January 1793, aged 39 years. Some of the verses covered up, but I'll say what's there. Only this frail and fleeting breath preserves me from the jaws of death. This nice emblem here, or figure of faces, look like some comedy play or something, from a comedy play. The faithful must birth and don't know what it says on that ridge. The faithful well, they write different in those days. Some of these tunes, they're so old that you can't understand the writing. I don't want to use up so much film. Here's an interesting one. Anne Tweedy of Alberton, died December 30th, 1880, aged 74 years. Place in Truro of that name, I guess, that place, location. On the other side of that grave is a monument. It's her husband, William Tweedy of Alberton, died 1859, age 67. Here's a grave with just the lettering, so I assume it's husband and wife. WHB 1863 and EB 1870. There's another obelisk. I'll go up there and read that in a minute. This must be in memory of father and son and their wives. Thomas Sullivan died 1879, age 63 years. 68 years. Elizabeth Solomon, his wife, died 1841, age 29 years. Well, I suppose that would have been his daughter, I suppose. Hugh Solomon died 1835, age 56. His wife, Jane Solomon, I assume, died 1917, age 39 years. Well, that don't sound right. I don't think that'd be his wife anyhow. There's also Margaret Solomon, died 1855, age 79 years. Now, is where I'm standing, 1817, 39 years. Jane Solomon died 1870, not 1917. Looking at it at an angle. Here's an interesting one. To the memory of Margaret Kenwyn, who departed this life December 50. Now there's something. December the 51st, 1817. I reckon that should have been 31st. Age 25 years. This stone is erected by Charles and Agnes Pengelly in testimony of their very high esteem and regard for a much valued and truly faithful servant. If you're servant to man, you're servant to Jesus. Man being mankind, short for mankind, meaning both man, male and female. Here's an interesting one. Memory of Ellen Williams, died 1869, age 20. Jesus lives, thenceforth is death, but the gate of life, immortal. Also, Thomas James Williams died 1870, age 5 years. So many months. There, the grave of Tregonins, 1886, 1892 respectively, man, husband and wife. I shan't go saying too much, it'd be just a quick tour. Here's an interesting name, Philip Prothero Smith, died 1882. No age. Also his wife, but I can't say all. That's the grave of Philip Prothero Smith. It must be a family plot. Has it got a border? Sometimes I shall, to get more information for my YouTube's videos, I'll have to go to the record office and get some information who's buried at graveyards. So that will be another time, a bit more detail then. Interesting names, Henry Spry Leverton, born 1828. Died 1889. Here's an interesting grave plot. Very interesting indeed. And there's not many of these in this shape. I've never come across anything any similar. Who's buried here? Shall we have a look? Shall we have a read? No, I can't read it. Looks like John P. Donnes, D-O-N-N-E-S. I'm not quite sure. Maybe this one may be a bit better. John Padden. John Padden. He died at Truro, 1872, age 86. Look like 86. Won't bother reading the rest. But this one over here I've just been to, it has got John Padden. That's better. John Padden, Esquire, M.B., not M.P. Goodness gracious me. M.B. M.B. it is. Medical. Anyway. Comments below, please, if you know what MB stands for. It's quite a large cemetery. We'll be going to see Joseph Emedy's memorial in a minute. I hope I can find it. Here's a tomb in which lies in loving memory of John Remery, or Remfrey, beg your pardon, late of Calcutta, late of Calcutta, honorary magistrate and justice of the peace. Born at Truro, June 16th, 1804. Died at Clapham, London, December 1884. After he had served his I won't bother to read that because it's all faded. So here we are, we got the justice of the peace. It is all demolished here. Somebody got out. I hate to think where that person's to now. Another grave with just initials. HB 1859. AR 1869. Another obelisk. Sacred to the memory of John Waters, only son of Samson Waters of Doon, Falmouth. died at Whitehall in this parish, June 1872, aged 37 years. Also of Ellen, wife of the above, John Waters, who died December 1915, age 81. William Plummer, who died at Port Nolloth, South Africa, 1873, age 39. Also of Susan, wife of the above, died 1890, age 55. Harry, their son, died November the 5th, 1874, age 16. The old must die and the young do die. How sad. Bessie, beloved wife of John H. Sampson, died 1880, aged 27 years. Here is the grave of the Julians, in affectionate remembrance of Caroline, third daughter of A.A. Julian, who died Good Friday, 1875, 21 years. Anne Arthur Julian died 1896, 78 years. Nice bold word in here. Rebecca, beloved wife of Henry Pierce, late of St. Ives, died June 9th, 1876, age 43 years. Her end was peace. Also the above Henry Pierce of Pencouse, who entered into rest December 1898, age 68. I know that my Redeemer liveth. Amen. An interesting cross memorial to Henry Williams of Alma, died 1878, age 71. His wife Alice Williams died 1889. Just going to take you to the other side of the cemetery a minute, so we'll be losing ground a bit. I don't know if this interests you. Erected by Thomas Rutledge, Supervisor of Inland Revenue, in memory of his beloved son, Thomas Webster, aged 6 years. Some graves have footstones, a footstone at the bottom of their grave. And this is one of them. Here's something interesting. In this path here, it's got a lot of cobbles. I don't know if they're ex-quarry cobbles, but they're cobbles. This is an old cemetery, and I don't know how far back these cobbles go. It goes right up to the path there. There's a naval stone. H.C. Harvey, Petty Officer D. 210263, Royal Navy, 4th of December 1946, age 62. As you can see, is a nice looking path here, surrounded by trees. Quite a few graves on the sidelines here. I'll let you walk with me now. So turn the TV camera off. Eliza McNacken, MACGCNAGHTEN, I can see military wings up there somewhere, up further on. They think I'm bringing a dam here. Oh, I see. It's a part of a Celtic cross. I thought it was a wings. Air Force. Well, I don't know where this Joseph too. I shall find his memorial soon. In memory of our beloved Father Thomas Hawken, dearly loved husband of Mary Hawken, of the Laurels, Truro, and late of St. Issy, who fell asleep June 1906, June the 1st, age 60 somebody. '62. You need to be a commando here, or going up on the bloomin' grass and verge. Oh, here's something interesting here. Oh, we've got a salute now. We've got a salute. Thomas Barker Keene, late Lieutenant of the United States Army and of Keane's Cannon, Arizona. Died at Truro, November 30th, 1904, 62. I wonder if he fought in a war or not. Maybe the Crimea War or Boer War, I don't know, and maybe not. Maybe he escaped war. Here's another interesting one. In affectionate remembrance of Caroline Dorothea Louise, wife of William Chivell. A nice emblem of wreaths. Here's another sad grave. Dearly beloved children of Edgar and Ellen Wood. Winifred Ellen died 1908, age 5. Charles Stanley, age 7, 1908, same year, within a month of each other. Wonder how old that trough is. I've just come across this one, which is very sad. Again, in loving memory of Peter, only son of Captain and Mrs. M.P. Mortensen, who was called unto God August the 3rd, 1936, age 13. Why weepest thou? Thy child has reached that shore, whence life's tempestuous sea will roll no more. His little bark has anchored in that bay, where all is one supreme eternal day. And I don't know if this is a family member or William Praed, who died at Truro, 1922, age 54. His wife Selina. Also here lies Clarice Bellina, loving sister of Peter above. 1916 to 2013. Peter Mortensen, his father, born 1890 and died 1973, I think. It says here also Peter Mortensen, father of the above, died 1965, age 71. This looks interesting, a little pathway leading to a flight of steps. Now, I wonder where they lead to. I haven't got time to find out. We do see many of these in cemeteries. See some windy out. Sure, there's a lot of vandalism there. Wings must have been broken off a long time ago. There's a grave of a 4-year-old Myra F.M. Timms, died 1930.